Views with MMA Weekly. As promised, this is gonna be my pound for pound show. Um, yeah, last few days have been really busy for me. Been working and stuff here, but I promised the show, promised the fans that what little fans I do have, I try to keep you guys. So I'm gonna start out with number 10. I already gave you my top few, but I'll start out with number 10 on the pound for pound list. And of course, as always, guys, please comment. You know the rules. Tell your friends. Maybe give me some more viewers. It'd be great. I'd like to have a couple people on here, like AIDS Legacy and No Smoking Motherfucker. That was a great one. That guy. Love his name. I had another gentleman recently comment. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, so I will absolutely drop his name in the next show. But we're going to start off with number 10, and I've got Amanda Nunes at number 10. Arguably the second best female fighter in the world, in my opinion. I'm not a big Nunes fan. I don't care for her. But there's no denying what an incredible fighter she is. She's just unreal. She is. She brings it every time she comes. She comes prepared. Who can deny the number 10? All right, moving on to number 9. The UFC middleweight champion, Robert Whittaker. Yeah, I wasn't going to put Whittaker on there. He was on my honorable mention, and I actually had things moved up. I had Amanda Nunes at number 9, and I had Gegard Mousasi at number 10. But Gegard got pushed off the list onto an honorable mention list because, let's face it, the fight before the title fight and the Rory fight, he didn't look real good. He really didn't. But I put Whittaker on here. He deserves it. After those wars with Romel, I rewatched the Yoel Ramirez, what the hell, the Yoel fights, and Ramirez, jeez, oh man. Anyway, I rewatched his fights with Yoel, and I'll tell you what, this guy's got heart. If anything else, he deserves to be on here for heart, because he hearted his way through both those fights, really. This man, let's face it, Yoel is Ramiro is most definitely juicing. I don't know how he's getting away with it, but look, I'm 42, and we're roughly the same age, and I'm telling you right now, it's hard to get that big at 42. It's hard to keep that cut. It's hard to keep in that great a shape. The man is just a remarkable. He's like just an Adonis of a man, and just honestly. But moving right along up into number 8, Henry Cejudo. Yes, this killed me. Who other than DJ did he really fight to prove himself to be this? I kind of wanted to throw him in here because I know the division's dead. As soon as T.J. Dillashaw beats his ass, which is I'm sorry to tell you guys, it's gonna happen. This is one of the championship fights that I don't even question. But then again, I didn't question if Cejudo could beat Johnson. I still don't think he did, but it is what it is. I think it might have been rigged, so the whole one trade could go down, which I'm happy about because the UFC got Ben Askren, and I finally get to see how good Ben Askren really is. Moving on here, because I really don't have much to say about Cejudo. I don't know much about the man. I've watched a few of his fights. He's not a boring fighter. He's very, very skilled on the ground. His stand-up game needs some work. I can't believe Johnson was even competitive, to be honest. If it wasn't for that threat of the takedown and the amazing wrestler that Cejudo is, we can say that. There hasn't been this great of a wrestler in a while where, his gold medalist and whatnot, he's an outstanding athlete. There's no denying that. I just don't think he's good for the title. But anyway, we're going to move on to number 7. And here's where I have 6 and 7, either way. Either way you want to do this, 6 and 7 are a tie. But at 7, I have Cyborg Justino. Chris Cyborg Justino. And at 6, I have Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. Look, I'm going to start with Cyborg because I do have her listed at 7, but she could be 6. I mean, Demetrius is coming off a loss, but then again, was it a loss? I don't think it was. I think that he beat Cejudo. With that said, it's still a loss in the record books. It doesn't matter what my opinion is. Let's face it. I'm a YouTuber, I guess you'd call me, that has less than 10 subscribers, let alone 100. So I don't really mean much. Or my opinion doesn't mean shit either. But moving on to Cyborg. Cyborg is just exactly what her moniker says about her. She's absolutely a cyborg. She is unreal. She is just, oh my goodness. Anybody that can deny her being the baddest woman on the planet is just wrong. If she would happen to lose this fight, it's because she is getting older, and there's no way Nunez beats her in her heyday. And I think her best days are past her. I think we're seeing the downside. Every fighter has that peak, and then they come down, and they start to, and then, it's either they plateau for a little bit and gradually come down, or they peak, and then Anderson Silva. You know what I mean? Where the downside looks like more of like a cliff than a slope. But, you know what I mean? I'm hoping that's not Cyborg, because like I said, I enjoy watching Cyborg fight. I really do. And, then again, I've said this numerous times. I don't care race, religion, male, female. I don't want to see transgender fights. I'll tell you that right now. I don't believe in it. If that's the case, then all Brock Lesnar got to do is decide that he wants to be a girl today, and you know what I mean, guys. Come on, they'd be lying. It's straight be lying. I'm not, I'm not a scientist. I'm not in any way, shape, or form going to get into this on MMA show about what I believe in transgender and non-transgender, and I'm very, very vocal about I only believe there is 2 genders, male and female. Loving somebody for who they are here is called bisexual. It's the truth. I mean, I grew up thinking that, and that's what it's always been. And by pointing all this stuff out, it just makes it harder for the people that are gay and not gay to the gay people they're making progress as far as being accepted with the marriage and everything else, and now they got this, and it set them back 2 more steps. But how I got onto this subject from any other subject, back to Cyborg, badass chick. And DJ, we'll see how good he does in 1. Like I said, it wasn't the best DJ we saw when he fought Cejudo, and I still think he won. It was a good fight. It was a little boring for a Mighty Mouse Johnson fight, but like Dana said, they had one of the greatest fighters on the planet in the division, and it just never took off. They weren't making the money they should have been making. And that's a fact. But we're going to move on to number 5, and let me tell you, number 5 and number 4 were hard for me, but this is a clear. I'm trying not to have short memory here and short-term memory. Like a lot of fans like myself do have. They forget what these people have done because they haven't fought in a couple weeks, months, year, whatever. But I have Max Holloway at number 5. And the reason Max is on number 5 because of the top 4 really deserve to be in their spots. Max, I don't have to say anything about Max for you guys to understand why he's in the top five, or maybe arguably he should have been higher, which does hurt to put him at five considering what Max has accomplished. Um, Beaten Aldo twice. I'd like to see him and Frankie go, but does Frankie have anything for Max? I don't think so. Would I like to see him and Connor again? Yeah, I would. I'd really like to see. I think Connor should take a lesser fight first before he gets into a Max Holloway. Who is he talking about fighting? Max, Khabib again, and Dustin Poirier would probably be about where he should be. Fighting maybe Tony Ferguson. Him and Tony would be a good fight. I'd like to watch that. I think Connor dominates him within the first minute and a half. And remember, I don't like Connor, so I just respect Connor's skills. And I believe, like I said on the last show, that anybody that fights Khabib comes out of that fight a better fighter. When he beats you up like that and holds you down, breaks your will, I mean, that's you having to accept as a grown-ass man. Another grown-ass man made you look like a child, made you look like you didn't belong where you worked your entire life to get. I jokingly said one time that, everybody's Sambo is for, people who can't do jujitsu is for people who can't do Sambo or whatever. And I don't like that. I don't like anybody making fun of any art form. But when it comes to mixed martial arts or any other martial arts, I said, well, then that means Sambo must be for people who aren't smart enough to do jujitsu. And oh my goodness, it went nuts. It was on another person's page. Thank goodness it wasn't on my own. And no way, shape, or form did I mean that. Oh, the co-host is here. Hey, Chubbs. Hey, you just finally decide to join me. Yeah, the Bulldog co-host decides it's time for him to get up and come down. That's my co-host, for anybody that's never met him. He missed his chair. But, yeah, we're going to move on and all that. And anybody that disagrees with my list, please give me your 10. Because I spent a long time really thinking of this, watching the fights, and coming up with this for you guys. I take this serious. I really enjoy when you guys comment. But number 4, I have T.J. Dillashaw. I mean, no surprise there. Everybody knows him. I don't like Dillashaw. I really don't. But I love his fighting. He is an amazing fighter. I would actually like to see him and a couple of the other guys in the higher weight classes who go at it. Chubbs don't care either way as long as he's getting scratched during the whole thing. His real name's Lorenzo, but as you can see why we call him Chubbs. But moving on to number 3. The top 3, I think I told you already. Tyron Woodley. I don't have to say anything else. I mean, just because Dana don't like Tyron, and Tyron's not dumb enough just to fight somebody because he's proven he's a man and don't get ready for them and taking a fight on short notice and whatnot. And you don't, Colby Covington's a dick, but he's also a dick that can fight. And I wouldn't have took Kobe with an injury or on short notice or anything of that nature, because, I mean, Kobe Covington can catch you. I mean, he catch you sleeping, you're done. And that's the way it is. He'll wear you down.